Hi,
Hey, PBC.
Jesus. Hello,
Hi, how are you
Jesus.
guys?
I
Hi.
am doing well, doing very, very well. Um, we have this fight coming up on the 30th. You're the co-main event on the Canelo versus Charlo, which to me I think is a really big deal. How did you feel when you heard that you were going to be co-maining this card?
Yeah, it is a big deal. I was really excited, getting an opportunity like this. It's exciting. I think Canelo is the biggest star in boxing right now. So, I mean, fighting in his co-main event, it's a huge deal, huge responsibility, and something that we're taking really, really serious and getting ready for.
I'm going to be really honest with you. So I had seen you before, but the fight that I was most impressed with was when you fought Spencer. I know that you both have a huge amateur background, but I was more familiar with him. And I did not see the fight going that way. I thought it was going to be more competitive, but you totally dominated. What were your thoughts going in? I know that you both knew about each other and you'd seen what he'd done before. What were your thoughts going in?
Yeah, I was I I felt like I had to face the tougher competition, and I felt like I had taken a different path in with my career, a little more aggressive path where with my competition I was fighting tougher competition. So I felt like it wasn't a 50-50 fight like everybody was calling it. But that's just the way boxing is sometimes. I just had to go out there and show it and prove it in the ring. And that's what I did. I went out there and proved that I was on another level.
Yeah, you certainly did. A little birdie told me that there were some words between you and Lubin. It got a little hot, having to do with I guess him being a veteran or older, and him not feeling that you're just ready to step up quite yet. You're stepping up too soon, and that your ring IQ is not where it should be. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I don't. There wasn't anything at the press conference. He just the only thing he mentioned was the history was gonna repeat itself in his favor. With the fact that he was 22 when he fought Charlo, and we know how that went. And now that I'm 22 and he's 27, the same age as Charlo. So I mean that's the only thing that he said. But I think it's two different things. Two different scenarios, and I don't think that's how life works.
So he was trying to get at you. He was trying to poke at you a little bit. Um, and that's this
Yeah.
is Nika. She's one of the hosts on the show.
Hi, nice to meet
Hi.
you.
Hi.
I
Nice to
wanted to
meet you.
know, hi. I wanted to know, I know you previously trained in Colorado. Are you training this time around at any point in Colorado, or is it just in Arizona?
Yeah, just in Arizona.
Okay.
We did do some camps in Colorado, but it's been a while back. We're doing everything in Arizona now.
Is there a reason why? Because I know there's kind of usually a lot of like fighters like Terrence Crawford, they've trained in Colorado. There's, a benefit of training in high altitudes. Is there a reason
Yeah.
why this time around you're not training out there?
I mean the main reason why was because we'd go be around Terrence Crawford, learn from them. We like to work with his strength and conditioning coach, Jamie Belt. But luckily, we're able to bring Jamie Belt here to Arizona now. We have
Okay.
our nutritionist here. We're able to bring sparring down, so everything is better, here at home.
Okay. Oh, that's
I was
perfect.
gonna I was gonna talk about Jamie. So I found out very recently that you were working with Jamie. I love Jamie. He's my guy.
Yeah.
So tell him
That's
I
my
said. But
Okay.
as far as the regimen that he has you on, how different is it than what you were doing before? Do you feel like he has really added a lot to the camp?
Definitely. Yeah, everything is structured with Jamie, he's got everything planned out. And he's done this before, he's been in camps with Terrence Crawford, so he knows how things are supposed to go. And just his experience, something you can't buy. It's great, like I said, everything is structured. Um, this is my second time working with him this year. Like I said, I previously worked with him back then. But this year, I worked with him for the Spencer fight and now for this fight. And I feel great. I definitely feel a big difference. I feel a lot stronger, a lot sharper, a lot more explosive, and I think all that's gonna play out September 30th.
That's scary because you're already strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have another question for you. If you could invent a new boxing rule, what would it be and how do you think it would change the sport? Because, there's so much politics in boxing. Is there anything that you thought about that you would want to add as a new rule in boxing?
That's a trick. That's a good question. There's
I know, I know.
that's tough. That's a tough one. I mean, I think the number one thing right now is that everyone get drug tested. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that being optional, that shouldn't even be an option. It shouldn't be like you could skip it for
It should be
one fight or
mandatory. It
not.
should be
Yeah, mandatory. Yeah, I think that's a big thing right now, and we've seen it. This past month with a lot of boxers. Just coming out and testing later, yeah, popping, and that's sad. It's sad because there's a lot of fighters that where we work hard. We work hard to be in shape. We work hard to earn these victories, and if they're cutting corners, it's unfortunate. So I think that would be a very good rule to add.
That
I
is a
agree.
great.
I think I agree. I think that definitely be added as mandatory.
And I was today years old, and when I found out I needed to hit the video. So yeah, sorry about that. And speaking of the drug testing, there's been so much talk and people that have been accused and the biggest one right now is Alicia Baumgartner, and I just want to know what your thoughts are as far as that impacting women's boxing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel for them because they work so hard, to kind of earn the respect in the sport. I know Michaela Mayer. I've been in camps with her, and I know how hard they work. And then to have someone ruin their reputation like that in women's boxing and in the sport, it's sad. Hopefully, it's all a misunderstanding. I haven't kept up with that situation, but like I said, hopefully it was something small, minor incident. It sometimes it happens. I've heard like Alberto Puello, his was a completely different thing going on. I
Mm-hmm.
guess he was just trying to have a baby, and something that
Right.
it's just different things that can come about. So hopefully that's the same thing going on with that situation. But like I said, it's sad knowing how much women's boxing is evolving, how much respect it's getting now, and just to have it backtrack like that, it's sad.
Absolutely. Where does this nickname Mono come from? I'm curious.
Mono, my dad gave it to me when I was a baby. It was just for cute because
Yeah.
he'd always say he's in mono, he'd put sunglasses on me. I actually have pictures in my album books where I would just have sunglasses, hat, and I would always just leave it on, so he'd call me Mono.
That's cute. Yeah, one of my grandsons would call him Mono, so that's why I was curious about it. Yeah,
Good.
I have
that's
one more question for you. What's the best advice that another boxer has given you in the sport besides your own immediate family?
One boxer told me when I was barely starting and maybe by my pro career, I was like 18, maybe 19. And he always told me there's going to be a lot of people that are going to tell you that, you're good. A lot of people are going to come and tell you that you're one of the best fighters I've ever seen or whatever. Just never believe it, never believe it. And at the time, it didn't make sense. I was like, why would I not believe it? That's something that's good. But as I've grown, I understand it now. As boxers, we start getting kind of comfortable with all that. Oh, you're good, you're really good, and then you
Mhm.
stop growing, you stop learning, and you just think you're good. And fortunately for me, I have my father in the gym. I have my family. They're always reminding me. They're always keeping me centered. So it helps a lot. But you know, I can see how it would affect other fighters, you know, when the situation is different and they just believe they're good and they got it like that and they stop working. So that's something that has really stuck with me and something that I've respected till now. You know, it's like, yeah, like I thank them, obviously, thank you for saying that, but I'm not where I want to be yet. So I just keep working, you know, I keep my head down and I keep working.
I like
Awesome.
that. My final question is, what did your toughest opponent teach you?
My tough, I mean, I've had a couple, you know, but I guess you could say Joey Spencer, the last one, he's been my toughest opponent. And I feel like he taught me just to be myself in that ring, you know. I feel like most of the times I would go into that ring trying to prove something, that I was strong, that I can knock them out, or just trying to prove something. And for that Joey Spencer fight, I remember even before walking out to that fight, I told myself just be yourself. You know, just go in there and did everything and do everything that you did in training camp. You know, just do all of that. You know, how you perform in sparring, just go in there and do that. And that's exactly what I did. I just went in there and was myself, and that's why I feel like I dominated and looked the way I looked. You know, in my previous fights, I feel like I had to look good, but there was something missing, and I feel like I showed that in that Joe Spencer fight that it was different.
You
You
did.
definitely did. You
You
definitely did. We thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to speak with you. We thank you, Martin, from PBC, and everybody, you
Thank you.
know, for allowing us to speak with you. And we hope in the very near future we can speak with you again, and wish you nothing but the best on the upcoming fight.